Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a movie review of one of the all-time great war movies, one of my favorites. It's called The Devil's Brigade. This movie was made in 1968. It is an action drama war movie. This is a war movie based on a true story. A lot of people don't realize that. Um, the plot basically is an American colonel is tasked to form a special forces unit, the very first of its kind, from a crack Canadian Army unit and a collection of U.S. Army misfits. So basically, they take all the ones who are giving them problems and they say, we're going to put them in a special unit where they can put their talents to good use. Their talents are they love to fight and cause trouble. And that's pretty much what special forces are good at, fighting and causing trouble. Well, for the enemy, you know. All right. The cast of this, brilliant cast. Excuse me, William Holden, Cliff Robertson, Jeremy Slate, Jack Watson, Richard Dawson, Carol O'Connor, Vince Edwards, Andrew Prine, Claude Akins, Richard Jekyll, Harry Carey Jr., and Michael Rennie. This is a classic underdog story. The name, the Devil's Brigade, is given them by a captured German, and he calls them Der Deubels Brigade, the Devil's Brigade. That's how they got their name. And the reason being is they were tasked to reconnoiter a village and take some prisoners if they could. So, in response to this, because the guy who gave the orders was giving them a hard time, he wanted to disband them. You know, so instead of reconnoitering a little bit, and taking a few prisoners, what they did is, without firing a shot, they captured the entire town. It was such a devastating thing for the Germans. The guy called him the Devil's Brigade. Um, Standouts, I got everybody in this movie is great. There's not a bad one in the bunch. Um, I gotta go with two of them though. You expect, William Holden, excuse me, Richard Dawson, Carol O'Connor, the big name guys. I'm gonna go with a couple of others because they really showed their acting chops. They played the part. They played it well. And knowing the education and background of these guys, they really had to act outside their sphere. The first one is Richard Jekyll. He played Private Omar Greco, and this guy really shows off his gymnastics skills. Hiding it up in the ceiling, pressed out like that, leaping over people, all kinds of gymnastic skills because the character apparently was in a circus. Uh, Good guy to have on a special forces team. The other one is one of my all-time favorite actors, Claude Akins. Claude Akins usually plays a bad guy. He played Sheriff Lobo in that old show. What was it? Greg Evigan, BJ and the Bear. He plays all kinds of bad guy cowboys. He had a lot of bit parts in the old Rifleman. That was it. I couldn't think of it. He's also had some bit parts in like Gunsmoke and things like that because westerns were big at the time. And so he's got uh, that background, but at the same time, the man's a really really good actor. I don't know why he didn't get more accolades than he did, but in this he plays Private. Get this name, Private Rocky Rockman, and in this he gets to show off his acting chops because he develops a friendship. He and this Canadian guy, I want to say he's a corporal. They they butt heads at first, lots of friction there, but they develop a grudging respect and then a really good friendship. And Claude Akins plays this in this movie. He does it really well. Um, I, I I don't like to say he can't act because God knows he can. He's really really good, but you don't get to see it very much. You know, there was a spinoff of the show BJ and the Bear called Lobo, and it was about his character. and he was the star, and it was pretty good. It was 80s, sexy, fast cars, that kind of thing. CB radios, that was the genre back then. But he played the sheriff, and he played a really, really good sheriff. Um, he actually he transcended from being the villain to the hero. He went from BJ and the Bear being the villain to being Lobo the hero, the same character. You see what I'm saying? In this, he gets to play a good guy, and he does it well. And he gets to play a tough guy, good guy. So if you get a chance to see it, the movie is The Devil's Brigade from 1968. It's time well spent. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.